fish has human teeth, and science can't even explain why. And that's just one of 10 insane animals I'm about to show you. Like this tiny creature that can survive boiling water, freezing temperatures, and even radiation. Or this animal that hits so fast, it literally creates fire underwater. But first, let me show you an animal that can regenerate any part of its body. This little guy might look harmless, but it has one of the craziest abilities in the animal kingdom. If you cut off any part of its body, it just grows it back, like it's nothing. But not just limbs, we're talking heart, brain, even its spine, and it can do this forever. Scientists have been trying to crack its DNA to help humans regrow limbs, but no luck yet. Nature really gave this thing built-in immortality. But speaking of immortality, this next creature takes it even further. It literally figured out how to live forever. Meet the Turritopsis dorni, aka the immortal jellyfish. Unlike everything else on Earth, it never truly dies. Instead of aging, it reverses back into a baby, over and over again. Basically, when it gets old or injured, it just presses the reset button on life. Imagine if humans could do that. As awesome as this is, it still doesn't come close to what's coming up. Like this microscopic creature that can survive literally anything, from boiling water to even the vacuum of space, or this fish with human teeth. But how did this even happen? What kind of twisted evolution led to this? And is it actually dangerous? To find out, keep watching. Now let me show you an animal that didn't just break science. It literally punches with the force of a bullet. The mantis shrimp can strike so fast, it actually creates fire underwater. I'm not even kidding. When it punches, it moves at 50 miles per hour, causing water to instantly vaporize and create a plasma explosion. That's 4,000 degrees Celsius, as hot as the surface of the sun. And if that wasn't crazy enough, its eyes? They have 16 types of color receptors. We only have 3. That means it can see colors and light beyond human imagination. Scientists literally can't comprehend what the world looks like through its eyes. But believe it or not, there's another shrimp that's even crazier. Meet the pistol shrimp, an animal so powerful it snaps its claw and creates a literal sonic boom. That tiny snap produces a bubble that reaches as hot as the sun and moves at 60 miles per hour, faster than a bullet. And when it bursts, it's so loud it can stun or kill small fish instantly. Scientists even compare its power to a real-life gunshot underwater. But if you think that's insane, just wait until you see the next creature, because it literally has a transparent head. This is the barrel-eye fish. And yes, those green glowing orbs you're seeing, those are its actual eyes. They're completely inside its skull and can rotate in any direction, up, down, or even straight through its own head. And because it lives in total darkness, its entire skull is see-through, allowing it to detect even the faintest light from above. Scientists call it one of the strangest designs in the deep sea. And honestly, they have no idea how this thing even evolved. But as weird as this is, what's next is even crazier. An animal with the fastest movement in the entire animal kingdom. Meet the Dracula ant, a creature so fast its jaws snap shut at 200 miles per hour. That's 5,000 times faster than a blink. So fast it bends the laws of physics, creating a shockwave strong enough to stun prey instantly. Scientists say it's literally the fastest biological movement ever recorded. But speed isn't the only thing nature has pushed to the extreme. Because next is a creature that shatters everything we think we know about intelligence. The octopus. An animal so alien, some scientists believe if there's intelligent life on another planet, it might look like this. This thing has 9 brains, 3 hearts, and blue blood. But here's the craziest part. It can solve puzzles, use tools, and even plan escapes like a genius. Scientists have seen octopuses unscrew jars from the inside, mimic other animals, and even recognize human faces. Some even break out of aquariums at night, steal food, and sneak back in before anyone notices. This animal is really on another level, but so are the ones coming up, like this creature that produces electricity strong enough to stun a horse, or this fish with a fully structured, complete set of human teeth. How can this even be possible? Because this isn't natural. But first, let's talk about a bird that can perfectly mimic any sound it hears with 100% accuracy. This bird can perfectly mimic any sound, not just other birds, but chainsaws, alarms, camera shutters, even baby crying. It doesn't just copy the sounds, it replicates them so perfectly you wouldn't even know the difference. Some have been caught on camera mimicking construction noises so well that workers thought their own equipment was malfunctioning. Imagine walking alone in the forest, and suddenly, you hear someone calling your name, only to realize it's not a person, it's this thing. But even that doesn't compare to this. An animal so bizarre, it's almost like it doesn't exist, because it's nearly completely invisible. Meet the glass frog, a creature so transparent you can see straight through its body. Heart, liver, intestines, everything completely exposed. But somehow, despite being basically invisible, it's still a master of survival. Because at night, it pulls off something almost no other animal can do. It hides its own blood. By pushing nearly 90% of its red blood cells into its liver, it becomes almost completely transparent, disappearing into thin air. Scientists say this is one of the most advanced camouflage techniques in nature. Just imagine humans could do that. And speaking of nature's most extreme survivors, this next animal shouldn't even be alive because it breaks almost every rule of biology, yet somehow it thrives. Meet the naked mole rat, a creature that feels no pain, barely ages, and is nearly impossible to kill. For starters, this thing is practically immune to cancer. Unlike other animals, its body produces a unique sugar that stops tumors before they even form. But that's just the beginning, because the naked mole rat can survive without oxygen for 18 minutes. How? Instead of dying like every other mammal, it switches its metabolism to work like a plant, staying alive without breathing. And if that wasn't insane enough, it's also completely resistant to pain. Scientists have tested venom, acid, extreme heat, and this thing feels nothing. Imagine being completely indestructible like this. But as bizarre as that was, nothing could prepare scientists for what they discovered next. An animal so strange, when it was first found, experts thought it was fake. Meet the platypus, an animal that looks like a duck, swims like an otter, lays eggs like a reptile, but is actually a mammal. And that's just the beginning. Because somehow, this weird, goofy-looking creature is also venomous. Hidden in its back legs are sharp spurs that can inject a venom so painful, even morphine can't stop it. Scientists still don't understand why a mammal like this would even need venom, but the more we learn about it, the stranger it gets. Because this thing can also detect electricity, allowing it to hunt with its eyes closed. It's like nature took a bunch of random animal parts and just stitched them together. But while some creatures just look like an experiment, others have turned survival into a weapon. Meet the electric eel, an animal that doesn't just defend itself, it controls its environment. This thing generates up to 860 volts, more than 6 times the voltage of a standard wall socket. And it doesn't just zap randomly, it can target its shocks, stunning prey instantly. But here's where it gets terrifying. It can even use its electricity to remotely control other animals. Scientists have seen electric eels send out low-level pulses that force small fish to twitch involuntarily, exposing their location before the eel strikes. It's basically hunting with a built-in taser. And if you think you're safe on land, think again. Some electric eels have been seen leaping out of the water to attack threats. Nature really said, don't touch. But if you thought we'd already seen the toughest creature on Earth, you'd be dead wrong. Because this next one, it literally refuses to die. Meet the water bear, also known as the tardigrade. This microscopic creature is practically indestructible. Scientists have boiled it, frozen it to absolute zero, crushed it under 6 times the pressure of the deepest ocean, and even blasted it into the vacuum of space. And yet, it just keeps on living. It can shut down its entire body, dry itself out for decades, and then, when water touches it again, it wakes up, like nothing ever happened. Some scientists believe if Earth were ever wiped out, this tiny, unkillable monster would be the last thing left standing. But after everything we've seen, this last one just doesn't make sense. Because somehow, against all logic, this fish has a full set of human teeth. Meet the pacu fish. At first glance, it looks like any other freshwater fish. But then, it opens its mouth, and what you see inside is a complete set of square, human-like teeth. Not fangs, not sharp predator teeth, but actual molars and incisors, just like yours. Scientists believe this bizarre mutation happened because the pacu is related to piranhas. But instead of ripping flesh, it uses its human-like teeth to crush nuts and seeds. But here's the creepy part. It's not just in the wild. Some people have accidentally caught them while fishing, and the shock of seeing a human mouth inside a fish is something they never forget. I really hope that one day, nature won't create something where humanity's only hope would be death.